The world economy is battling several crises: the cost of living squeeze, record high inflation, the emerging risk of stagflation, an energy crunch, and emerging from all of these is a new trend: the Great Unretirement. Retired personnel and pensioners have been forced to enter the workforce again. What is the Great Unretirement? What is driving this unwelcome trend? Why are the over 65s re-entering the workforce? Let's try and understand. We've heard of the Great Resignation, scores of people quitting their jobs. We've also heard of the Great Retirement, that saw a higher number of older people quitting the workforce. In the UK, though, the cost of living crisis has kicked off another trend: the Great Unretirement. Picking up a new hobby, going back to ones that were put on the back burner years ago, more quality time with family, traveling the world, or even dedicating all their spare time to their neglected kitchen garden. These are just some of the things that most people have on their lists. And though the list may look different for everyone, getting back to a 9 to 5 hardly makes the cut. There is now a growing number of people in their 50s and older who are looking for a job that can help them sustain and top up their monthly pension, which, it turns out, is not nearly enough to cover even the essential costs. Now, the pandemic saw a plunge in the number of people working in their 50s and 60s. And just as the world was getting accustomed to the new normal, pension and retirement funds are now proving to be insufficient. The energy bills alone eat up a large chunk of their monthly checks. There are growing calls for the government in the UK to now ensure benefits and financial security for its aging population. Now, to calculate how much one would need to retire, that's a complex equation, dependent on factors like lifestyle choices, where you live, how much you contribute towards your pension, and of course, inflation. But in the UK, as per some estimates, on an average, an individual would need about £13,000 a year. This just to cover the essential costs. Now, for a comfortable lifestyle, whatever that means for you, this could be anywhere around £19,000 a year. And for those aspiring for a more luxurious lifestyle post-retirement, the number goes up to around £31,000 a year. So you stay on budget, spend the better part of your life saving money, invest, and also make sizable contributions to your pension funds. And it turns out, it is still not enough. So disillusioned retired workers are back on the job market. As per the Office for National Statistics, economic activity has witnessed a spike, with 116,000 of the over 50s over the past year either re-entering the workforce or looking for work. Out of this, over half the increase was among men over 65, and for women over 65, the economic activity is now up by 6.8%. Consumer confidence is depleted, spending power is slipping through their fingers, and the aging population in the UK is left struggling to survive, financially insecure and vulnerable. The pandemic has changed the way we work. There is renewed focus on work-life balance, a tectonic shift from hustle culture, and more emphasis on setting boundaries and taking necessary time off. But for some, especially the over 65s in the UK, this is a luxury they cannot afford. The Great Unretirement being the antithesis of all of these trends.